Welcome Disc Golf World. You are watching final round coverage of the Dynamic Discs Open 2021. My name is Kevin Jones, and joining me today is my friend and teammate Luke Humphries. Luke, how's it going?
Always good, Kev. Here in the booth at the GKRV, we got Gavin Rathbun, Andrew Marwede, Paul Ulibarri, and Drew Gibson on the card today. There's a bunch of different styles of golf that we're going to witness. Drew's got power, Yuli's got accuracy, Andrew's going to throw a lot of forehands, and Gavin's going to surprise you with his power and just all-around game.
Yeah, 3 huge crushers on the card, and then Paul Ulibarri, somebody who's really good at dicing up courses. Hole 1 is a par 5 at 1,175 feet. You've got this nice OB right here before the basket that comes into play, making people kind of aim for the backside of the green.
Yep, it does roll away from you, though. It's just a great hole. The entry to the green makes it, I think, a top-level hole. It's a little soft before this. But fantastic way to start your round. Downwind, right to left today. These guys can let one go if they want. It's a University of Alabama dyed SDS Destroyer that Drew has been ripping on all week. Finds the fairway. Just a meager 565.
That's huge, and Drew's one of the people that will go big on this first tee shot. Paul Ulibarri is one of those who will take a much shorter approach to it. Paul just took a moment of silence for Lauren Wysocki. Our hearts go out to the family of the Wysockis for the situation that's going on.
Indeed. Thoughts and prayers with the Wysockis. Nice shot by Paul. Conservative, but plenty for the 3-shot par 5. Andy Marwede, real tall college basketball, ex-college basketball player from the Michigan area. He's got a fantastic forehand, super good touch. He's got the ability to hyzer flip them really nice, just all the angles when it comes to his forehand.
Going forehand off the tee is not something that I've ever seen before. But all you have to do on this hole is land inbounds, so I can't hate it.
Gavin Rathbun, young guy, 22, 23 from the Illinois area. He's got so much power. Super quick player. Something that sticks out when I think about Gavin. Like, he just walks up there and does the dang thing. Love watching it, though.
Gentlemen, have a great round. Thank you for being in Emporia for the 2021.
All right, here's Andy on his second shot. He's got some ground to cover. Needs to throw about a 450-foot hyzer. This is swinging to the right, but there's some wind up there. Just catches that tree, and that's going to be costly. I mean, he'll probably have to take a par at best after that.
Yeah, tricky approach to the green from there. Oh, yeah. Paul, like we said, one of the most accurate players in the game, able to commit to any line in hyzer, doesn't matter. I like this from Gav, trying to get down there a little bit.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'll leave just a short approach from him. He's got Ian Burchett on the bag, one of his good buddies out of Illinois.
Now, this is so aggressive for a second shot here. Too aggressive, out of bounds from Drew. I'm not sure
What he was trying to do?
entirely what he was trying to do.
He got aggressive yesterday.
Yeah, he did. He was going for that middle landing area,
Yeah.
though. Today, it didn't even look like it. If he was laying up, which is the play,
This has got to
just threw it too
skip.
far.
Okay. That was nice from Andy. Get himself back into position. Paul looking to slide it right in front of this cedar tree. It's on the green. You know, if you slide it just in front of it, it's a good shot. And Paul just a little short left on that one. Gav maybe got that one a little bit high. Just carried extra for him. Everything else looked good. Line, pace.
Yeah, he's probably got that short OB in mind there, making sure that he puts it long past the basket. It's a good shot from Drew here. Much needed. That will be a short putt for par.
Andy, I'm guessing throwing a pig.
Sidearm playing really nice in the wind on today's play. The wind is coming from behind and slightly over the right shoulder, so it's only going to push the disc down. As you can see, Gavin has a headwind putt right there.
Oh. Landed just the perfect place in that bush to give himself a look. His little straight arm stepper. Wow. As we see Andy spit through some chains there. Unfortunate. Good putt from Drew. Saved his par. He really didn't need to go as far as he went on that second one. But like we said yesterday, he's one of the more just dominant backhand players that we see in our game. He can do a lot of things that we don't even think of.
Exactly. He plays this course much differently than the average folk.
Tough basket for Andy, spitting through. Moving on to hole 2, though, Kev.
Hole 2 is a par 4 at 731 feet. You've got to throw a drive that lands safe in the fairway here. It's going to bend from left to right, so you can throw a backhand and get aggressive at it, but a lot of people opt for a sidearm tee shot. Anything safe and about 400 to 450 feet ahead is great.
Yeah, fantastic wind for this hole. Oh my gosh.
Drew going for like 500, 550.
Yeah. All the way pin high with Bob. That's a smash. Fantastic wind, though, is what I was saying. Over your left shoulder, left to right, kind of bringing it in if you're throwing the backhand. Oh, what? Interesting.
Never seen this play before.
Over the top. Yeah, he knows that's all he needs.
Yeah, he's playing the wind here. The wind's coming over his left shoulder. That's the only way that makes that shot achievable. I would say he probably didn't practice that play.
Oh, yeah. Gav gets this one to hold over. Similar distance to where Paul's at. They're like 150 feet behind Drew.
Yeah, Drew threw so far on that tee shot. Andy showing us his forehand power. Guy's a good at least 400-footer there.
Yeah, just a snap of the wrist. It's hard to tell how tall he is, but, I mean, he's got to be 6'3", 6'4".
So this flick is going to be from about 410 to 420 away.
Ooh, wow, hot skip.
Seeing a lot of ground play on this hole. You can't see it from where Andrew is there, so he doesn't know that happened. That kind of needs to get down too, or it might flare a little bit.
Yeah, it didn't have as much spin on it. Had more height. Didn't get that flare skip. It's a FD3 from Gavin.
This is looking great. Hit it.
Oh, we'll sit. Oh, come on.
Just missed it.
Okay.
Easily
Yeah.
parked though.
Not bad. Oh my goodness. It's a smash up there. Wow.
And that's why he does it.
The touch to follow. He's got the brute and he's got the grace.
Extremely difficult putt from Andrew here. We've got wind ripping across from the left.
2 feet away from the basket, it was dead center chain high. And then somehow it was low.
A rare miss from inside the circle from Uli as well. Likely a result of the wind that we're facing.
Got a little recoil there. It's good, though. Moving on, this wind making his hair wild today.
Today, par is going to be fine. We're seeing gusts of up to 25 miles an hour.
That's right, moving to hole 3, playing in the same direction as hole 2. So going to have a similar helping wind. This hole can play very hard in the opposite wind, but it's a gettable one, Kev.
It is. This left to right ripping wind here can sometimes make it hard for a sidearm to settle down, but it makes more people be able to reach it at least. Backhand is a great option in this wind because it keeps your disc really straight.
I made it a par 4.
Some height issues there from Drew. We'll have an upshot from about 200 feet to recover a par. Also opting for the up the middle play is Gavin, and that is a fantastic shot. Looks like a fairway driver. Angle control was perfect. Distance
Wow.
control just as good.
Drops down to miss those low-hanging branches. Something about a Huck Lab disc. Looks a little cooler in slow-mo. Stay high.
Just a little low from Uli there. That's going to put him outside the circle with a tailwind putt at least.
Yep. Some of the grabbiest grass on the course right there.
It sure is. Right in the area that you need skipping, it is very thick. But in the area that you need your flicks to sit down, it's pretty skippy, so it's a dangerous one to flirt with. Here's Marwede from the fairway. This is a scramble for par. Needs to get up and down here.
This looks great. Wow.
Beautiful.
Fantastic shot around that tree. Couldn't have played it any better. Great shot from Drew. Got some sort of karate disc golf move going on in the background.
No run from Uli there. Laying up for his par. And that's Gavin for a birdie. It's a stroke on a lot of people, Luke.
Yeah, big time. With this helping wind, though, it did play under par, which is kind of crazy to think. It's 489 feet. We've played in rounds where this hole is only birdied by 2 or 3 people. And today, we had 10 players grab it with the cut. That's 18% of the field, so 1 in 5 grabbing this one.
That's an impressive stat.
Yeah.
Because this is a really long shot.
Super difficult hole. Just all about wind direction.
Our next hole is hole 4. It's a par 3 at 423 feet. This is your basic right-hand, backhand hyzer hole. You have OB really close to the basket on the left side. We're talking 20 feet. And then there's OB on the right side as well. I think that's looking good from Gavin.
Just never got the late swing.
Yeah, today we've got a strong left to right wind on this hole, so it's really hard to commit to your shot. You have to throw a hyzer much closer to the basket than usual because the wind is holding it so straight. Drew hanging it out wide. That's going to see something similar to Gavin, but really overstable disc.
Wow. Bounces backwards.
So that's where we almost always throw this hole when there's no wind. If there was no wind, that would have been a perfect shot.
Mm-hmm.
Really overstable disc from Uli. I love it.
Come on. Yeah.
That's just well done.
Got it the extra 10 feet left and was rewarded with a skip.
Looking great from Andy.
Just be chill. Okay. Nice shot from him. Prefers his forehand probably over his backhand if he had an option, but obviously he's efficient with both. Okay.
If Drew's making putts like this all around, he's going to have a scorcher. Beautiful slow-mo right there.
Oh my gosh.
That was closer than it looked. Drew has been putting really well this year so far.
Yeah. I think ever since that Portland Open that he won, he's been pretty consistent with that putt. He'll give himself a bunch of grief over it and say he's terrible and this and that, but
the truth is he's working really hard on it.
yep, and it shows. Nice putt from Uli. Great hole to birdie in that wind. That left to right. There's a bunch of players hanging it out right, never finishing up and ending up OB.
When you order from Dynamic Discs, we do our best from start to finish. First, we receive your order from the website and print out the packing slip detailing the specific items you selected. Then, your order is pulled directly from the shelves, packed in a cardboard box to prevent bending during transit, and quickly on its way to you with free shipping. For every purchase online with Dynamic Discs, you'll receive rewards points so you can save on your next order. We'll work with you to make sure you get the exact disc you're looking for. For anything from Dynamic Discs, Latitude 64, or Westside Discs, head to dynamicdiscs.com.
And we are back. Hole 5 is a par 4 at 666 feet. This tee shot is playing extra difficult today because there's a huge headwind of about 20 miles per hour coming right at our players. So it's really important to have a disc that they really trust. Drew, I would imagine, does. Talk about trust. He really wanted to get flipped there, but that's not going to work.
Dang.
It's going to be a really hard up and down from there for par.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll go forehand. It's a tricky anything but forehand route. I like this from Uli. Ooh, little left out of the hand, though.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
No.
I don't think he's going to be taking many birdies with a flick off of the tee shot on a day like today.
Yeah, you could be right. He possibly could have checked UDisc and noticed that this one was playing almost 0.2 of a stroke over par. I don't know. He's got some history on this hole, actually. In the World Championships, Noah Meitzman told me that he slipped into a hole on that left sidewalk and pulled out of the tournament right afterwards.
That's wild.
This seems to sit.
Oh, horrible action there. Skips straight from the thick stuff to OB.
Looked a little left out of the hand. All right, this is probably not an attempt at the green. Just trying to get himself. What do you think?
I didn't think at first, but
I mean, he's
it looked like he almost could have got up there. How short was that?
about 180, 200 maybe.
Maybe not that far, surely. Oh, no, Andrew. Worst possible mistake.
Come on. Yeah, stand and deliver, baby. That is not what you want to see.
if he's going to get up and down from here, it's going to be a forehand. His miss really needs to be right, though, and it's not again.
Come on. Come on. Oh, my gosh. Both of them just really low out of the hand. They didn't have time to get back. And he literally is going nowhere. Hasn't moved his mini. Oh, my gosh. It's 1 in, 2 out, 3 in, 4 out, 5 in, 6 out, 7 to there. That's a putt for an 8, Kev.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, man.
Goodness gracious. You've played 59, 62 holes somewhere in that, and you've played them all fantastic. You're in the third best card in the tournament. Best players in the world out here. And then all of a sudden, country club smacks you in the face.
It can do that.
Great shot from Gavin.
Yeah, getting all the way up there, really close. That shot as well.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
And that's out. They have that right to left wind from Yuli's perspective there. Just held him out of bounds.
What?
As Drew makes a huge par putt.
Back-to-back jumpers. That one not grabbing as much rim on the way in. More pure. He's putting a Penrose, I believe.
That's a new one, right?
Yeah. Nice putt from Uli after a super uncharacteristic upshot there. He's so accurate with that touch forehand game. You're not going to see that often.
Yeah, you were right. He was much shorter than I thought. So his play from the tee was going to be par. Par at best, I'd say.
Oh, my gosh.
Big number from Andrew. These are holes that you got to realize where can stuff like that happen on and do your best to avoid it. Unfortunately, Andrew found it there. Hole 6, par 3, 335 feet. Big headwind, a little bit of right to left, which is really going to drag discs to the left towards that OB. Angle control is very important here. Gavin looks to do it really nicely. Sit.
Oh, my goodness. It does. Curls up perfectly.
As perfect as that looked, that was still really close to OB.
Yeah. This needs to start hooking up. Get over there. Okay, great. Look at that. Perfect spot to putt from, too.
This is inside. Gotta be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Just getting out of control from Uli there. Slightly uncommitted angle. And the wind took care of it.
Yep. This looks good as well.
All right, now it's time for the wind to come and play.
Come on.
And it does. So he's got a low ceiling putt from there.
You know that putt well, Kev.
Know it too well.
Banged
up
it
shot.
yesterday, though.
Yeah, I did. Quick up shot from Uli.
Just a little zone flip.
And here's that low ceiling putt. Sneaks it in there.
Look at that bounce back. From a 9 to a 2. Just a little 7-stroke swing. Doesn't happen too often. There's a tank in the background.
Nice eye. That's a great birdie from Gavin.
Seriously.
Really nice tee shot.
And an even closer spot. This hole, surprisingly to me, playing is the easiest hole on the course. I think that just says something about the course in its entirety. It's just super hard. This one birdied by 51% of the field, Kev.
Wow.
Surprised to see that number.
Yeah, same here. In this wind as well.
Yeah.
Hole 7, par 4, 669 feet. Another similar hole as to hole 5. A little less daunting on your upshot, though. We got to have a nice tee shot here, though, traveling at least 400 feet. Gavin's doing that with ease.
Oh, my gosh. This is smashed.
That's the ideal shot there. He's looking at a 300-footer, maybe less, low ceiling. Pretty much exactly what you want to do.
Yeah. What's going to happen here? Got to sit down.
Tough to say, but
Okay.
it does catch the ground there. There is a little bit of sloping from the left to the right down, so it can help a little bit.
Yeah. Players teeing off can't see that spot, so we're left wondering. The spectators on the side are going to... Oh my gosh, this looks so good. This route is so hard.
And that is a first for me to see. You've seen that one before?
I have probably never worked that well, though. I've seen some lefties go out that way. It leaves a really far approach. You're basically playing 45 degrees off the tee. Playing a 669-foot hole sideways, you know?
Just off from Uli there. He's got a pretty easy second shot, though, for not easy to get to the basket, but there's not much OB to mess with.
No, it's really just a straight pump shot.
Yeah, he's looking at 500 feet to the pin from
Wow.
there.
Gets himself to like 70. Long bid it.
Now he's going with a similar flick as the tee shot here. And that looks a little inside and high. Let's see what happens. Gets through the trees.
Whoa, look at that wind. Just pick it up and take it another 10, 15 feet. Crazy. Drew playing the Spike Heiser again. He pulled this off yesterday.
Oh, no.
He's got that left to right.
Not
Pushing it down.
that much left to right, though.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Go in bounds.
Oh my gosh. What a crazy bounce. Almost came back.
I don't love the play, but it works. It just hasn't worked that well for him this
Get
event.
over there. He was in position A right there.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Big missed opportunity there. Those ones hurt for sure. That was Drew's bid at a par. He's so confused at the wind and why that didn't push it down there.
He looked like a confused maestro. His violins were all out of order.
I'd say there's going to be a lot of that, questioning the wind after your shot for the rest of the round. It gets tougher and tougher as we go on.
Whoa! My gosh. Sick shot from Andy.
That's what you want to see.
Did he just stand still, bang that
Yes.
spinner? Headwind?
Such a good putt there, and I'm
Wow.
pretty sure that was a birdie.
It was. Perfect pace. That thing just landed in the basket.
Yeah, going sidearm for the birdie there. That's impressive. 2 in a row since his big number.
Mm-hmm.
So good mental game being shown. Hole 8, par 5, 990 feet. Great tee shots are going to land right in this area. Then we're throwing a blind second shot to this tree would be great. We're not going to this first basket on the left, but we are going to the second one, creating a really nice 3-shot hole for us pros. Really important to land this tee shot in bounds, obviously, but very difficult to do so. The fairway slopes from right to left, so you're going to see big skips.
That's great.
It is. You'll see bigger skips the closer you get to those flags over there, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that last 10, 15 feet, if you land in it, almost assuredly skipping out. I love what Andy did, though. He played that first shot conservative, knowing he's got the power forehand second shot to get all the way to that tree if he wants. This needs to sit.
That's a really common result there.
Yeah, it is. It's the miss, though. You can't miss the fairway right. You just don't move up enough. At least this way, Gav's all the way up the fairway. He got all of his distance.
There's always a moment of fear that creeps through you whenever Yuli's shot just like that comes right by that cart path. If it hits that cart path, it's very questionable as if it will hold the fairway. So we're always scared. You got to hit the right side or the left of it usually.
This is huge. Looks great. Oh my gosh, man.
Monster skip.
Wow.
You hate that.
Only because he carried it to the top of the hill too, you know? Just a little more balled up there.
This is great from Andy.
Oh, yeah.
I love sidearm second shot. He picked a really good aiming point there. Executed. Yuli also doing it. This is a little more right than he wants, but not bad at all. Safe.
Yep. Right there by Andy. Gav would take the same.
Looking very similar to Andy's. A little shorter.
Oh, getting that roll. He's like, I'll hang out, buds. Wow, look at his disc.
That is a helpful roll. The further back he is, in other words, the less he rolls there, the more low ceiling he would have for his approach. Drew threw a really good shot on this last round. Same disc, not the same height. He's got so much different distance covered on that tee shot, though, that he just plays this hole entirely different than everybody else.
Totally.
Needs to sit down
Oh,
right
it
here.
does. Come on.
Out of control and gone. He does have that tailwind. Thought it was a little bit right to left, which would push his disc straighter, but just seemed to stable up on him there. That needs to sit down too.
Oh, my gosh.
Another mistake. Goes to show that this upshot is nothing to slouch on.
No, it's not.
It really is 3 really disciplined shots to get your birdie on this.
Oh, I love that, though.
Keeping it really low.
Yep. A little faster disc. Oh, my gosh, Drew. Oh, my gosh.
Going long, 30
Wow.
feet. He was,
Yeah, that's
he was
his
really
par
close
play
too.
here.
This is
Totally.
for par. Honestly, pretty funny emotions from Drew there.
Wow. Yuli showing how good he's been from circle one. Win, no win, doesn't matter. He's just draining. He goes through his process. Man, he's good. Love watching Yuli play.
And that's Andy right there just making sure he putts it high enough because the wind is supposed to drop it in this situation. He didn't get the reaction he wanted there. And I will point out that that is Drew's, I believe, first miss of the round that I can remember, and that one was really close.
Yeah. Hung in the chains for a little while.
So he shouldn't be too disappointed about that one because he's right there on his putt.
Yeah.
Hole 9, par 4, 699 feet. Great tee shots land right where this hole bends. Nobody really is getting around the bend. That would be insane. And then we're throwing an Anheuser, possibly a sidearm if you have a good angle at it, into this really guarded green. The most important thing, though, is hitting this gap on this tee shot because it is an island hole.
Keep turning. Gotta stay straight here.
Yeah. Sit. Oh my gosh. You saw it the whole way, Luke. I really trusted that that was going to be okay. So
And we saw him throw that disc on 2 and 3. Threw it great, and it held that turn. Just barely missed it that time.
really contesting the ceiling here. Gets down once it finds that wind out there.
Oh my gosh.
I will say that there is a big left to right wind on this hole. Really hard to trust what it's going to do from the tee box because it's so inconsistent. That's early right from Andy,
Oh my gosh.
but going to be safe. Theoretically, he could still get a par from there. It would take a nice, crafty upshot, though, to put himself in a good spot from there.
Yeah. He'll have to go good shot for sure. And this is what you want.
So much turn from Drew there, playing it entirely different than the last time he played this hole. Much more down the left side of the fairway. That one was direct.
Just a laser.
From this drop zone, no reason to get too aggressive.
Come
Gavin
on.
Going with just, your basic forehand, about 400 feet of distance there.
Yeah.
Trying to get a good look at the mouth of this green.
For a second, it looked like it might not hook up and possibly drop OB on that fairway, but okay.
And that is where a juiced drive would land, which means that there's still some good meat on the bone.
Yeah, work to be done. Oh, that's so good. Wow, he'll be inside circle 1 for his birdie attempt on this hole.
This is one of the cooler holes on the course and just a unique hole at that. It's not very often we have to throw this blind turnover like this. Seems really fair, too. That is great from Drew, right into the opening.
Yeah, right in the mouth. Couldn't play it any better. Ooh.
Nice skip there.
Firebird. I like this from Gav. Whoa, a little hover skippy, but he's got that tactic forehand down. Plays it well. He's got a jug of water with him at almost all times while he's playing rounds. And Drew thanking the basket for holding, I guess.
I think so. Safe to say. Or just happy that he nailed the putt. I don't know.
Looked like he threw that one at like 30 miles an hour less than his last one. So maybe that's the ticket, huh?
Gavin there. He knows he kind of got away with one there. It was good enough.
Took a second for that disc to figure out where it was going to land. Sick, though. Paul Ulibarri and Drew Gibson picking up the birdie there. 2 of only 5 birdies on this small field to get that birdie. Paul McBeth also grabbed it along with Miles Seaborn and Jonathan Nicholson.
Wow. And I will say Gavin and Andrew did a great job there in recovering for what they were given. Gavin taking the bogey at best and Andy doing his par save.
Yep, that's exactly right. And Jonathan Nicholson, shout out. He birdied it both days. Only guy in the field to do so. As we take a peek, Calvin Heinberg off to a hot start along with Paul McBeth. Chris Dickerson coming in 4 through 8 as well. And then Gavin keeping pace with those guys. You've seen it here. That's been the front 9 of the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open, brought to you guys by DD, but shot by the boys at GK Pro. It's been an honor being here with you. For Kevin Jones, I'm Luke Humphries. We will see you on the backside.